Okay. Good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, students. I hope I'm audible, and the screen that I shared is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Fine. So I think in the last session we
Yes,
were
visible.
yes. Thank you, Zalalem. Thank you, Mutango. So now in the last session we were talking about the article that we were reading, and I think we were done with almost the entire article. So I just told you to went through it and let me know if you have some queries, questions about that, or else we may start a new topic called email writing from today. But before we start that, I just want to ask you, in case you have any query questions related to the previous article that we just completed, that was about Paytm Wonder Wallet. We did discuss the language aspect of it. We did discuss how to identify the difference between fact and opinion, or let's say suggestions, argument, right? All those things that we had discussed for almost 2 sessions. And then you are given the task to go through and find out what are, do you think are the observations by the author? What are the factual things shared by the author? Right? So those aspects we had seen. So when you are reading something, you can keep these boxes in your head that, okay, whether this information I'm reading, is it factual? Is it opinion based? Is it argument? Is it a suggestion? Is it an observation? Right? So all those things you can notice that we have seen. Right? So I believe that's clear to all of you. The previous one, in case some of you are new admission and those who have not received this article, I would request you to go to your Google Classroom. I have already uploaded this article there. You can download this and you can go through that. And after going through that, if you still have some queries, confusions, you can feel free to approach me. We'll discuss that. Right? So that was for the previous say article. So I'll give you a minute's time in case you have doubt, query, some specific things. Are all adjectives opinion? So Christopher said, are all adjectives opinion? No, not necessary. Right? So if you can give me an example, I'll be in a better position, Christopher. It's not a rule that all the adjectives would be. For example, if I say, for example, that Marwadi is the biggest, say, university in terms of number of students in this region. So the adjective biggest is used, which is a fact. It's not an opinion. It's not an opinion.
Well, that one you're using figures, so it is a fact. But something like just big, the word big, what's big to you could not be big to me. So
well, it depends, Christopher. Like what object or a thing or a place that you are referring, right? If it is measurable, like if we have, let's say, students, all of you, and if, let's say, Christopher is tall, so I would say Christopher, for example, is the tallest student in the class. So it's measurable, right? Then it will not be the opinion, it will be fact, right? So some geographical biggest or smallest, right? So which is measurable, cannot be opinion, it will be fact. But in case you have some example where you have confusion.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so for example, if you say I'm good, so you use the adjective good.
That wasn't there.
Right. So is it an opinion?
No,
or a fact?
I actually I'm good.
So when you say I'm good, is it a fact?
Yes, it is.
Well, if you ask some of your friends, they may say, well, he's not good. Or let's say your parents would say, yeah, he's good, but he can still be better, and that's why. You see? So that's what exactly you were asking. That adjective you used for yourself or for somebody else would be subjective. That is your personal opinion about yourself or for anybody else. So in that case, it's an opinion, right? So when you say this is the biggest or this is the smallest, right? So that way you can measure it, or anybody would measure, you will get the same result. So in that case, it becomes a fact when it is verifiable. When it is not verifiable, and if it is verifiable and you get different results, then of course it is an opinion. Right, Christopher?
Okay.
Right, Christopher?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other such interesting questions?
Sorry, sir.
Yes, Ali Khail.
Yes, sir. I have a question on page 2, paragraph number 1.
Okay.
McKinsey's company prediction. It is an opinion or research?
Yes, now this is interesting question. Now see, there are two categories, fact and which is not fact, because definition of fact is very uh, specific. It is something which is verifiable piece of information, right? So for example, let's say Christopher is from, I don't know which country. Okay, Ali Khail, you are from which country?
I'm from Afghanistan.
Okay, so if I say Ali Khail is from Afghanistan, now this is fact, right? Because it is verifiable. You can check your passport. Anybody in the world would ask you this question, will get the same answer, that he is from Afghanistan. So that's called verifiable. So that's one property. Fixed is fact. Now, anything other than this, which is not verifiable or you'll get various results, would be called non-fiction, or which is not factual. Now, in the non-fiction or factual, you will get varieties of categories, such as opinion is one. The McKinsey example you are referring is called prediction, or can say observation, right? But it's not fact. It's based on facts. There are factual data. There is factual survey that they did. Based on their analysis, based on their survey, based on the factual statistics that they have, then they are predicting. So it's called prediction. It would be called suggestion. It would be called observation, right? It may be also called opinion in a broad sense, but it's not random opinion. It has some speculations. It has some study or research. Based on that, they are making this statement that this would be the future, right? So that's possibility, right? It's not fact, but it's a possibility. But there is a range of statements that will make which are not factual. One could be just assumption. For example, let's say our friend is not there. Ali Khail is not there today, for example. So I'll say, where is Ali Khail? So Christopher would say, oh, sir, he might have network problem. Now, what is this statement? It's an assumption. He's assuming, right? He's guessing, for example. Very simple word, guess. So when you make a guess, it's not very, very logical. But when you say, okay, if you are studying at this pace, and if this is the result you want, if you go with this speed, you will reach here. Or let's say you are driving a car and you are on a road, and this is the speed, this is the distance, and this much time it will take. So by the end of 2 hours, you will reach here. So that's based on very specific calculation of speed, of distance, of vehicle, etc. Based on that, when you say it's not just a guess or an assumption, right? Then it becomes calculated, say, assumption, which is closer to truth, right? So we'll come to that word truth in a while. But in Adam, I think, has an opinion or observation based on fact, but not yet happened. Yes, that's a good observation. It has not happened, but it is a very strong possibility of it happening based on your calculation, based on your measurement. That this is the speed, this is how it is going, this is how the industry is growing. So let's say in say 20 years time, this could happen. So that's based on the observation, right? So that you can see. Okay, now.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Yes, Ali Khail, thank you. Now, tell me this word, if you know, truth. You know this word? In the combination, if you say fact, opinion, and truth. So what is truth? Interesting question, isn't it? So fact and truth are same?
No, sir. They are different.
Yes, fact starts with F and truth starts with T. Otherwise, they are same, right?
No, according to meaning also, it has some differences between each other.
So, what is your opinion about these two words difference? What do you think? Fact, I think, is more or less defined, right? Something which is verifiable, something which will get the same result. If anybody would ask or anybody would search, they'll not get different result, right? Like the universal truth, the sun rises in the east, right? Or your identity, your name, your nationality, right? All these are factual things which are verifiable. Opinion is your personal opinion based on your experience, maybe based on your study, your observations, speculations. So then you will get an opinion which may or may not have some logical, say, reasoning for that, but that's personal. What about truth? What about truth?
So the facts can be wrong, but the truth will always be the truth.
Okay. You mean to say the word right?
Yes.
You're adding one more word. So you want to say fact can be wrong, but truth is always right. That's what you're trying to say, Christopher?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. What about others? What do you think? What Christopher thinks?
Can I explain, sir?
Yes, give it a try, Ali Khal.
Yes, sir. I think fact is something that that's not 100% acceptable, but truth is something that is clear for everyone. For example, we say that USA has many skyscrapers. Yes, it's a truth. No,
Okay.
it's a fact that is clear for everyone.
Take your time. Ali, take your time. Your example that, let's say, US, United States, has many skyscrapers. That's the example you gave. Is it fact or truth?
I think it's fact.
It is fact. So now, if you want to change your answer, you can. The question
I
still
don't know
remains.
100%. Yes.
You are welcome. You are welcome to the class. Yep. Anybody else? Do we have girls in the class? Mutango? Nadine? Yep. I think we have some new friends also. Tufan, Hamidi, Yoberi. Yes. Nahom. Do you have some opinion about truth? Okay. So I asked a question to Tufan and Tufan left. So I'll not ask more questions. Otherwise, all of you will leave.
Sir, can I give 2 examples for each one?
Try.
My
try,
last try, yes, sir.
Try. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Truth is something that we experienced it. Like, for example, we say water boils at 100 centigrade.
Okay.
So it's a truth because we can do it many times. We can see it, we can experience it. But fact is
Okay.
something that is known for everyone, but they don't have any reason behind that. For example, we say the sun shines. So it's a fact that everyone maybe feel it, everyone see it, but they didn't have any experience it, I think.
Okay. So what do you think about your answer, Ali Khel? Water boils at certain degree, for example. Some scientific truth or
It's
scientific fact? Scientific truth or scientific fact?
Scientific fact. Scientific truth, yes, sir.
Take your time, Ali Khel. And I think it is fact because it is verifiable. In any part of the world, if you boil water, there is certain say scientific facts that are there, and it will happen the same around the world. Anybody does it, you will get the same result. That's fact, scientific fact. Truth is something which you need to discover, right? So I'll not give you an answer because even I don't have an answer. I thought this is an international class, so I might get some interesting answers. So fine, I'll keep it with you. I'll carry on with the email writing. I'll leave you with these couple of words. I want all of you to introspect, ask a very good resource called Google. You may Google it out. Fact, opinion, and truth. We also got the word right, which I think Christopher gave us. So these are 4 words. I want you to try, ask good dictionaries, Google, and I'm sure we'll have some observations. And I want you to try and find some authentic sources, not your opinions, which I think Christopher, Ali Khel, and others tried, were the opinions that this is what you think. You don't have any base. You don't have any verifiable source through which you can say, see, this is what the book said, and that's why I think this is truth, and this is fact, and this is opinion. Something like that. The easiest source I would suggest would be a dictionary, an English dictionary to start with. Then you may go for Google, and then you may go for other things. So keep these 4 words with you. Just try and try and go through the Google dictionary, thesaurus, right? Some glossaries might help you to discover that. Anyways, I think it is a fact that all of you know what is an email, right? All of you know what is an email, right? Is there anybody who does not know what is an email?
Yes.
All of you know that. Okay. All of you know how to make an email? Yes or no?
Not completely.
Okay, but you know the basics, right? You know the basics.
Yes, sir.
I think all of you do. So what I'll do is I'll browse through the basics. In case you have doubts, we may discuss further.
Yes, sir,
Otherwise,
we
I'll just keep the basics.
do.
Yes, I think most of us have the basics of email writing. So I'll browse through very fast
Yes, sir.
so that you can understand. The importance, I think we all know that these are the 4 things that makes it very important, because email around the world are free, available. They are prompt. The moment you click here in any part of the world, the recipient would receive the mail instantly, right? And that's prompt. That's one. It's permanent. If not permanent, at least for a long period of time. For example, if you send a letter and if you lose a hard copy letter, you will not have it, right? But here it's an email. It will be always there. Even if you, let's say, by mistake, you delete from your sent box, it will still be available in the recipient's inbox, right? So that way it is more or less permanent. It will have a copy available. Always you can go back after years also to refer. And of course, it's very formal, right? There are many other tools such as WhatsApp and say chat, where people are using for communication in the formal setup also, but still it is not considered as a formal platform as email is. So for example, if you want to apply for a leave, you're working and you want to apply for a leave, you will have to write an email. You cannot send a WhatsApp that, no, I'll not be able to come today, right? It's still the formal platform. So these 4 things will make email very important, especially in the 21st century, say workplace. So that's there. I think all of you know these basics of email, which is these 4 things. Right? Of course, you will need an email address to send, and to whom you want to send should also have an email. So to and from is compulsory, without which, of course, you cannot send an email. So that's there. Of course, date and time, which will come automatically. You don't need to type date and time. It will come by default. Wherever and whenever you send, the documentation will take place automatically. So that's the good part. The second would be the subject, which is subject is something which is not compulsory. So means if you send an email without subject, it will still go, right? In the place of subject, it will appear in the bracket called no subject. So that's optional, but you should write a subject, and if possible to the point. Okay, this email, or let's say inquiring for something, or submission of an assignment number 1, something like that. So you should write these subject lines, which is optional, but you should mention. First 3, of course, are compulsory. You need to have an email address to and from. The date and time will come by default. So that's there, right? Other features that are there in email, I think all of you know these features. In case you don't, only then I'll explain. I think all of you know that you can send it to one person and you can send it to many people also. And apart from, and within two, for example, if I want to send an email to all 100 students in my class, I can send it to all at once. So that is available, recipient 2. There's an option called CC and BCC. I guess all of you know this. Do I need to help you, or only in case you don't know, I'll explain. CC, BCC, I guess you know.
Sir, please explain it.
Okay.
Yeah, explain, sir.
Sure. First of all, the abbreviation CC stands for carbon copy. CC stands for carbon copy. BCC stands for blind carbon copy. What is the use of it? Let's say, for example, I'm your teacher. I'm sending you an assignment, and I want your, let's say, class coordinator, Kiran Kumar sir, to know that I have given you this assignment. So I am the sender, you are the recipient, and Kiran sir would be CC, that is carbon copy, so that you will know that I have informed Kiran sir also, and Kiran sir would know that as a teacher I have assigned you also. So that's the use of carbon copy, right? So carbon copy is usually to the higher authorities. They are not the direct recipient, but they are kept as the reference, right? So let's say, for example, Kiran sir is the boss of our company. I am, let's say, working as, say he's working as a director, I'm working as a manager. And for example, all of you are working as the subordinates, those who are working under manager. So now my director, Kiran sir, has given me some task and wanted me to give the task to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a, say, mail. For example, this is the new project we are going to work upon. Christopher will work on this, Ali Khal will work on this portfolio, Mohammed will work on that portfolio. So I'll give all this work distribution. The guidelines are given by Kiran sir, but Kiran sir is not going to tell you directly. He'll instruct me, I'll instruct you. So that's the hierarchy. So while I'm sending you this email of project details, who's going to do what, who's going to have which portfolio, I'll keep Kiran sir in CC, so that you will know that it's not me who is saying, it is Kiran sir who said it, I am just passing on to you. Right? So that's the protocol. That's there. The authorities are kept in CC, carbon copy. They are given this copy for the reference that, okay, this work is going on. The project that I gave, this is the status, this is what is going on. So for example, if the work is given to, let's say, Mohammed. So Mohammed's job, for example, is to prepare a website for the project. So once the website is prepared, he'll write back to me that, sir, as per your instruction, the website is ready for review. Right? So he'll write it to me. We'll keep Kiran sir in CC, so that Kiran sir will know that, okay, work is taking place. Okay, this step is done, that step is done. Do you notice? So that's what the CC is used for. So 2 and CC, I think, is clear. CC stands for carbon copy. Carbon copy stands for some authority who is there for the reference, who is referred as the reference. He is not directly addressed. The directly addressed would be recipient. That is, I am the sender, you are the recipient. Kiran sir is there just for the reference. He needs to know what is going on. That's why he is there in CC. I think this much is clear for CC part.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, clear.
Fine. Okay. Now comes BCC. BCC is a tricky thing. Like technically what happened when you do CC and BCC, let's understand. For example, as I said, I am a sender. I'll send, let's say, Ali Khal a mail. I'll keep Kiran Kumar in CC. So in that case, I'll be able to know who is the recipient, who is in CC, because I'm a sender. Ali Khal will be able to know I am the sender and Kiran sir is there in CC, right? Kiran sir will also be able to know, all three of us will know, all three of us. So that's CC. BCC is a tricky thing because, for example, I'll send a mail to Ali Khal, will keep Kiran sir in CC, but I'll keep, say, Mutango in BCC, for example. So in that case, what will happen is, I'll be able to know all three of them, the receiver, direct receiver, Ali Khal, CC, Kiran Kumar sir, and BCC, Mutango. So that's there. Mutango will also be able to see me as a sender, Ali Khal as a recipient, and Kiran Kumar as CC. But Neither Ali Khail nor Kiran sir will be able to see Mutango in CC. One. Second, if I'll keep not only Mutango, but also, let's say, Madhu Malki as well in BCC. So Madhu Malki will not be able to see Mutango, and Mutango will not be able to see Madhu Malki if both of them are in BCC. That technically will happen. You get it? Or let's say, for example, I'll keep all of you in BCC. I'm a sender. I'll keep all of you in BCC. So all of you will be able to know that I have sent you the mail, but you will not be able to know who else received along with you in BCC. So the actual usage for BCC is usually by the companies, like marketing companies, those who are sending bulk mails, right, to many people, and they don't want to disclose, like if all of you are my customer and I'm a company and hundreds are there, so I'll keep all those in BCC. So all of you will be able to know that I have sent it to you, but you will not be able to know who else received along with you in BCC, because you will be blind, as the name suggests, BCC, blind carbon copy. So that means all of you will not be able to know who else received along with you. The purpose is to keep you blind, or to keep your privacy say intact, and that's why the BCC is used, right? So official use would be where you don't want to disclose the identity of the co-recipient. There you use BCC. Usually by marketing and bulk mails, when you are sending, you use this. Sometimes within office also, like I am giving the work to Ali Khail and I want Mutango or Mutango to learn, so I'll keep her in CC. Then they'll know each other, but I just want her to know, say, in such a way that others will not get to know. So there I can keep her in BCC. So others will not know that who is there in BCC, right? So, but within office, they say that you should avoid using BCC because it generates the environment of distrust, that you are keeping many people, quote unquote, blind, right? So that's what CC and BCC stands for. I tried to explain with examples, but still, in case it's not clear to some of you, you may feel free to ask. So to, from, CC and BCC. These are 4 options of sender and receiver things. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir, clear.
Right? Rest of you? Yep. So to is the sender, from would be the receiver, then CC would be the person who receives as a copy for the reference, and BCC would also receive the copy for reference, but that person will not be seen by rest of the recipient in CC or from. Plus, those who are in BCC, all those would be blind to one another. In the same, say, blind line, will not be able to see who else received it. So you'll be blind to each other. Those who are there in BCC recipients, all BCC recipients will not be able to see each other. I think this much is clear to all of us. Yes? Okay, so that's their attachment. I think all of you know. Their attachment. Yes, yes. Christopher, do you have a question?
No.
Okay, sure. So attachment, I think all of us know. It's not the attachment that you have for your family members, but the attachment that you attach with an email, right? So what is that? You can attach a file. I think mostly it is like 25 MB, up to the file of 25 MB you can attach. If it is a bigger than that, you might have to use Google Drive, and there you may be able to use this Google Drive where longer. Yeah, I think Aruni is saying a network issue, so that's why he's leaving and coming. So fine. So this is what the attachment can do. You can attach the audio file, video file, doc files, but as long as they are 25 MB or less, lesser size, you will be able to attach within the email. If it is a bigger file, you might have to use Google Drive, where you can store, I think, up to 25 GB, right, in one, say, account. So that you can upload, and from there you can share. So far as videos are concerned, you can always use platforms like YouTube, where you upload your videos, and from there you send the link right? So that it will not consume much of a space. So that's part of, I think, DBMS. All of you know, DBMS stands for Database Management System. So we get bulk and bulk of data in 21st century. And all these data you need to know how to manage, how to store in your system, online, offline, sharing. So all those smart choices, I think you should know, and know also how to attach. So that's there. Now, I think this last three things, then we'll take a break, would be these. I'm sure all of you know the feature called signature. Signature. In an email, you can keep your signature. That would look like this. As you can see, this is my signature, right? So I did it once. Once I'll do it, whenever I'll send an email, this part, as you can see on the screen, would come automatically. So I need not to type every time I'll send an email, say with regards and my name and whatever designation, contact details, etc. I can send it here, right? So that feature is available in email, almost all the emails, but in Gmail, it's there in setting. And again, you'll have to go to setting, and then there is an option available called signature. So that's an available option. All those of you have the emails, which I think all of you have, can have a signature and should have a signature, so that you don't have to type your name every time you send an email. Maybe your name, maybe your class in case you are a student, and maybe your contact details, whatever you wish to share, you can keep it there in the signature. Reply, I think you all know that you can reply to one, reply to all. That's the feature available. You can also forward the mail that you received from somebody, and you can forward it to somebody else. So that option is also there. I think it is made also popular due to social media platforms such as WhatsApp, where you can also forward, and so you can do it with emails as well. So I think these basic features are, they were clear, but I think some of us had some of the doubts. So I think with this, we are clear. And once you add your signature, it should look something like this. This is common format for all the faculty members of Marwadi. So that's what we have kept. You can keep your, say, name and your whatever important details you want to keep as your signature will come by default there. Are you clear with this much? Right, this is the basics, most basic thing that anybody should know about email writing. Right now, so with this basic, I want all of you to give it a try. Right, so I'll share my email address here. Give me a minute. Tell me if you could see my email address that I just shared. I think all of you must be having. In case you don't, you may take note of this. Now, what task I want all of you to do is right. The subject, I think most of you attended a couple of lectures. Based on that, I want you to try and give your feedback not more than 150 words, right? Don't go beyond 150 words. 150 is maximum, right? And type an email, draft an email, and send it to me on this email address that I have given, right? When you give your feedback, when you send your feedback, make sure that you mention your name and your class, because I'm inviting almost all the assignments through email, so I might mix up your email with somebody, some other class. So please don't do that. Please mention your say class, your name, your enrollment number, so that I can group them, and if possible within the subject line, so that I can get it right. So please do that, so that on yes, Monday we have a session. So on Monday we'll continue with our email writing. So, but before that, I'll need all of you to send me this email, right, of giving feedback about RWD subject that we have and then maybe 150 words you can share your views, your experience about the RWT subject, right? So that's the assignment for you that you're going to submit to this email address, right? And don't forget to write your signature. Write your signature in your email address, and then you draft, and then you cite a subject, and then you send it to me on the given email address, right? I hope I have made myself clear. Yeah.
Sorry, sir. In signature section, what should we do?
You add your signature, whatever signature you wish to keep, right? You can see my signature, that's my signature, my name, my designation, right? In your case, what do you think you should mention, right? You should mention, of course, your name. Other than your name, what would you add? That's up to you. You may add maybe your, say, branch you are studying, maybe the place you belong, maybe the institution that you study, whatever you choose. But name is, of course, minimum that you should write. Other details, I'll leave it to you. You should have whatever details you wish to add, right? So that signature you add, and after adding, after drafting your mail, then you send it to me on the given email address, right?
Okay, sir.
Sure. Make sure that you do it before Sunday, because on Monday I'll be, putting them in a separate folder. So for that for me to do that, I need all of your submissions on or before Sunday. Say maybe 7 p.m. would be fine. Sunday, Indian time, 7 p.m. Sunday. So make sure that you do that, and that's all for today. Yeah, I think most of you have given your attendance in the chat. So please, all of you, keep your attendance here. Could I please have the link of the recording of this session? Sure, I'll be uploading it because right now it is getting recorded. Once it is downloaded, I'll take at least some time for me to upload it on YouTube and then put it in the attendance. So you have to give me like 5-6 hours, maybe by today evening or latest by tomorrow morning, we'll be able to get this, right? Yeah, in case I'll forget, please remind me, I'll give it to you, right? Yes, so please mention your enrollment number in the chat. And once you do that, you can leave the class. Thank you.